It sounds like Mercedes has finally made up their mind on who they want in Lewis Hamilton's seat next year. But who okayed the decision? It was none other than Toto Wolff's huge ego, of course. Who is it, you ask? One thing's for sure, it isn't Carlos Sainz. Keep watching to find out who it is. With Lewis Hamilton moving to Ferrari for the 2025 season, the Silver Arrows now need to find a new teammate for George Russell. As the seven-time world champion is set to take over Carlos Sainz's seat at Ferrari, there's been speculation that Mercedes might consider the Spaniard as their new driver. Sainz was quickly put in the conversation as a potential option, along with F2 driver Kimi Antonelli and reigning world champion Max Verstappen, in case the Dutch star decides to leave Red Bull. Sainz hasn't committed to a team for 2025 yet, but Wolff's latest comments are more than telling, indicating that he has decided that Sainz won't be joining Mercedes next season. Speaking to Sky Sports Germany, Wolff said, "We just want to concentrate on Andrea Kimi Antonelli. He is our future. We want to work for the young drivers." We also said that to Carlos. Wolff reinforced this position in an interview with Sky F1, revealing that Mercedes has a plan to reinvent ourselves a little bit, with Antonelli playing a key role in that strategy. He added, "I think first of all, Carlos deserves a top seat. I mean, he's done a fantastic job. But for us, we've embarked on a route now to say, you know what, we want to reinvent ourselves a little bit going forward, and Kimi Antonelli definitely plays a part in that. We haven't taken the decision yet for next year, but we didn't want to have Carlos wait as well because he needs to take the decisions for himself, and that's just fair. But he's doing a super job." Antonelli, a 17-year-old currently racing in F2 with Prema Racing, has been part of the Mercedes junior team since 2019. The Italian is so highly regarded that he skipped F3 after winning titles in Italian F4 and the Formula Regional European Championship with Prema. Regarding Mercedes' final choice for the 2025 seat, Wolff emphasised that despite the buzz around Antonelli, no decision has been made yet. "We haven't made a decision yet," Wolff admitted. "There are others that could also be of interest to us." F1 legend Jacques Villeneuve, on the other hand, believes that Andrea Kimi Antonelli is nearly guaranteed to race for Mercedes next year. He suggested that Wolff's huge ego played a huge role in the decision to promote Antonelli. Villeneuve told Sky Sports Germany, "Toto Wolff does not allow any other solution than Antonelli. It has been decided this is Antonelli's team for the future. He has been preparing for this for years, and Toto Wolff's ego also plays a huge role in the decision in favour of Antonelli. He wants to prove to the world that he was right to support the young Italian when he was only 12 years old." Villeneuve's claim follows reports that Antonelli participated in a private test of an old F1 car at Silverstone in early May alongside Russell and Mick Schumacher. The teenager has even received an endorsement from Hamilton himself as his successor when Sir Lewis said, "Carlos is a great driver. So I think wherever he goes, I think he would be a positive for any team. Honestly, I have no idea what Toto's plans are, but for me, taking on a youngster, if it was my role, I would probably take on Kimi." The 1997 world champion acknowledged that the Austrian boss sees a future world champion in Antonelli. This is among the many reasons why Antonelli is being considered for a Formula One seat next season. But if he joins Mercedes, he'll likely have to assume the role of the team's second driver, a position supported by Wolff to fill Hamilton's shoes. In other news, former Ferrari boss Peter Windsor forgot to filter his words when he publicly criticised the Silver Arrows. Windsor went live on YouTube to analyse the on-track events after the Canadian GP. Discussing Mercedes' troubling situation, he highlighted what he considers their biggest mistake so far, and it's not letting Lewis go or their recent questionable driver management. If Mercedes are unable to attract Adrian Newey at a time they really need him, then that's a worse indictment than anything else you can throw at Mercedes, Windsor said. Whether it be, the poor driver management, or the way this car has been going downhill over the last 2.5 years, or whatever you want to say, or Abu Dhabi, the way all the credits or having that sponsor bringing that sponsor into Formula One that then disappeared in disgrace, and the CEO is now in jail over Mercedes brought that cryptocurrency sponsor in, all that stuff, is nothing compared with the fact that they haven't been able to attract Adrian Newey. Windsor went on to question the team's legacy and their failure to bring Adrian on board. Despite being the most dominant team of the turbo hybrid era, with 8 consecutive constructors' titles and 7 drivers' titles, Mercedes couldn't secure Adrian's interest. Their partnership with Lewis Hamilton, which became the most successful in history, provided them with unparalleled credibility, attracting sponsors and solidifying their legacy. Considering all this, Mr. Windsor suggests that if Adrian hasn't joined Mercedes, it's because he simply doesn't want to. He said, "I'm sure Toto would say, well, we never even put out an offer. We didn't want Adrian Newey. We're very happy with where we are. But if I was on the board of Mercedes, I would be saying, why have we not got Adrian Newey? Is he going to Ferrari or McLaren, or why is he racing jet skis in Cape Town?" There would be no answer other than Adrian doesn't want to work for us. That's bad. That's a sad indictment because with the success they've had, the budget they've got, the prestige they've got, with that name, they should have been able to attract Adrian. In an unexpected revelation that could only be music to Toto's ears, an F1 icon has exposed a crucial factor that might tempt Max Verstappen to switch from Red Bull to Mercedes, and it goes with what Peter Windsor just said. As we all know by now, despite Verstappen's loyalty to Red Bull, Toto Wolff has openly expressed interest in the three-time champion. And even with his lengthy current contract and commitment to the team, Gerhard Berger believes that one key factor could persuade Verstappen to leave his current team for the Silver Arrows. Discussing soon-to-be free agent Adrian Newey, Berger told Bild, "It's a must for every team to want to get him. If Newey were to choose Mercedes, Verstappen would be there in no time. Newey is an absolute genius. Where he is, there is success. He has proven that over the last 25 years, but at the moment, it looks like Newey will end up at Ferrari. If that happens, and I'm assuming it will, a new era of success could begin with team boss Vasseur, Newey, Leclerc, and Hamilton. In my opinion, this combination would be difficult for the others to beat." In light of these pundits' statements, Toto Wolff made an interesting admission about his feelings on the path Mercedes is on. Even with the team's recent positive trajectory, Wolff conceded that he is always a bit worried about progress at Mercedes in the current ground effect era, despite recent improvements. When asked if Canada was the most confident he has been since the start of 2022 that the team is on the right track, he shared his concerns, saying, "I am always a bit worried when you've been carried away that everything seems to be now falling into place because this is a difficult sport. And we've had this positive trajectory now since the last 3 races, and everything seems to be making much more sense. So, the stopwatch will tell us." Russell's pole position and podium at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve marked the team's first of the season, with Hamilton securing 4th place, their best combined result so far. Wolff sees this as a continuation of the progress they've made since Imola, as they work to narrow the performance gap with Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari. "I think definitely since Imola we've taken the right steps and put parts on the car that we're watching. That is something that we were struggling with in the past couple of years," he explained. "And now, directionally, we seem to be adding performance every weekend. And with new stuff coming also, new parts coming in Barcelona, that should help us. So I would very much hope that we can continue this positive trajectory." Is Toto Wolff right about Andrea Kimi Antonelli? Or will he come to regret his decision? Tell us what you think in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.